So good.
It's so good.
So good.
I agree with you, Sir Ruthie. Although I do already have a copy of it, and I feel like I think we just need to make like a little ringtone version of it. Also, hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
It's been a whole other week. How has your week been? Hopefully really, really good. Oh.
We do have a couple of shorter
sorry, I gotta
This is the Enterprise. If the Enterprise de-evolved, this is what it would de-evolve into.
Oh, you're right. That's so funny. That's great.
It would be if there was like a parody of that episode, they turn up and it would be Kirk's Enterprise, and Picard and Data would be like, "Whoa, wait, what happened?
What happened?"
Amazing.
Are you playing the dailies, Rima? Because yeah, we're a bit addicted, and I added 3 more dailies into our Discord. But that Hex one is super exciting. I don't know why.
I'm in it.
It clicks a little. You said it was the noise that it makes.
There is like the tick 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 of all of the hexes when you get them to disappear. It's very satisfying. I'm on level 111, something like that. It's dumb. I've spent too much time doing it.
Oh, Link. Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Man. Sorry, Link.
Ugh.
Work shit.
Oh man, it sucks so bad. Well, I hope you find something that you love and you can do it like in your free time and you're able to find a passion and all of a sudden it makes you millions. It's one of those things where it's like, I invested $300 into my side gig and now I make 6 figures a year. That's what I hope for you.
I don't know that anybody has ever done that.
78. So on the Hex game, I'm pretty low.
Yeah, there's a couple that I've really got stuck on, for sure.
That one, I haven't gone through as many. But the Girl Rescue Dragon Out, that stupid app game, it's
literally the name of it as well. Girl Rescue Dragon Out. Hi,
Steve Not Reeves. We're all still just raving about the music that you made, by the way. So if you weren't here for that.
Yeah. We do. There's a specific bit that I think, no. What bit would you have as the ringtone? Because we do have the derp loop on its own that could be used.
Can you put the derp loop on?
Yeah.
While we talk, just for a little bit, kind of like write it down. I can monitor a little bit. A little lower. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's not too distracting. It's a little too low. I mean, that could be a good one, but I think it's just the ringtone starts and it's that's just the ringtone.
I want my notification tone to be.
Oh, you're gonna do another round? We'll love it all. We will love it all.
Oh,
that's it.
Gosh.
That's it, Saruthi. I mean, we are one brain right now. I'm a federal employee, but where I work at, we don't get money from the government, so we're still open, but we serve the military, and since they are not getting paid, they're shopping there. Fuck.
Oh, that's so that's such an annoying downstream effect.
So you're at the exchange. So yeah.
Ugh,
Well,
that's-
I hope it clears up quickly. It's just it's a very unfortunate situation. But yeah, I hope a side hustle. Like, we're always thinking about little side hustles that we can do.
Aaron popped round yesterday and was like, "Why don't you have an Etsy shop yet for the 3D printer?"
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Because designing is tricky."
It is tricky. There's always like a barrier. But hopefully, if you've got something in your mind, you've always wanted to try it out, you've got a little extra time to do so. If they do cut back hours and you're not having to work as much, and you have a little bit saved up, and you can see if maybe one of your passionate projects can propel you forward.
Yeah,
I'm glad. That's good. I'm glad that you've got some support in the house. That's a tricky part too. Like, especially if everybody's impacted. One of my friends, her husband's in the military, and so they have no income at all right now.
Nothing. That's wild. It really is.
Yes, this does officially count as our side hustle. Although we're not pushing as hard as we both know that we have been able to in the past, because we have so many other things that have kind of like, when Ian moved to the US and we moved in together, we're still getting into the acclimation process of like all of what life is. And I have a child, and now he's here with her all the time too. So I think you're getting to see full on what distracted living is like in the house.
Oh yeah, it's tricky.
How are you, by the way?
I want to go home.
Oh
no,
my
I
God.
love it. I absolutely love it. I am at my best when I'm focused and when I have focuses as well.
I mean, I'm open to ideas, Link. Shoot me an email. What are your passions? What do you like to do? Maybe there's something. No. Let's just answer that one now. No, I'm a one and done kind of a girl. That was it. That was a lot.
I think the definition of it being a side hustle means that it can't get 100%, because by definition, our hustle is getting so much energy, which means it ends up going on the back burner. But we're doing things. We've got a chunk of editing to get through to post some more content. But yeah,
he has been demoted. Let me fix that.
I've been demoted. Oh, it's because we did the Boney pod. That's why. Changed my name.
I fixed it.
No title.
I fixed it.
You fixed it, Proto Ian. Wow. Okay, let's fix yours.
You're deep. No. I see. I see. God, I missed that joke entirely. That they're saying that you're like the second child.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are times when you were like the second child.
Wait, what?
But it is definitely more the opposite direction, and more like I am suddenly. It's more like he has suddenly become a parent, and then no, it's a lot of fun.
What's your witty name gonna be?
There are times when saying that is very awkward. What thing? Oh no, I don't know what thing. We do need a producer. I think okay, so straightforward with you guys. We have been very careful to lean on the fan base for help, because I mean, it's just lines get blurred, and we never want to feel like you guys are being taken advantage of. That's a really important thing for the both of us. And so anytime we kick around the idea of having help to produce things, we always are like, oh, but then it just feels like
it feels a little bit icky. The editing, for example, or even getting somebody to listen to the pod for errors. It feels icky because we're not in a position to take on a staff member, to hire an independent contractor. We're both very sensitive to bringing in free work labor. It feels great.
And then when we chat about it, and we chat about this a lot more than you probably think, because we're both overthinkers and planners and stuff.
Yeah.
Is the background music annoying anybody, by the way? Is it Derpy Prize?
But I mean, yeah, it's still on.
Okay. Just let us know if that gets to be too much, because we could actually just put the full thing on.
I have, and then I forgot to restart it again.
But one of the things I always think about is there have been certain like projects that I've gotten involved in the past where it was something that I really, really enjoyed and I wanted it to continue and I wanted to help. And so I just volunteer my time. And when I think about it from that perspective, I would potentially want to get involved. But then on the opposite side, it is a little bit tricky. So we're definitely trying, we're definitely trying to kind of like invite you guys to participate in things while also not crossing any odd boundaries. But yeah. No. So real talk, it is so twisted because when we get like fan art or music or something, we're like, oh my God, are we putting somebody like out? Like, are they okay? Are we taking advantage of anybody? Like, it's really it's a bit of a mind fuck, to be honest with you.
I know,
but we love it.
That brings you joy as well. Like producing that and us using it and us loving it. There is like a cyclical, symbiotic thing there. So yeah, it doesn't. I have like a sense of guilt, but the joy overcomes that. So yeah, we love it. Fan art is an easy one to just like, cool. Yeah, send it and we'll use it and stuff. Love that.
Yeah, there's a line around "this is unsolicited." Yes, it's kind of like that. Yeah, but you're right. We do need to kind of like explore what that looks like, and I'm also really litigation minded because of all the businesses that I've been involved in and the creative things that I've been involved in and community building that I've been involved in over the years. And so like it turns from it being like a passive, I'm just someone who's enjoying this product, into now I'm in a business relationship with you guys, and that can also change things. So it's not that the answer is for sure no, but like we're open to ideas. So if you do have free time and you do want to do something for the show and you do have an idea, please don't feel like you can't tell us your idea or that you want to donate some hours. And then, I mean, we can genuinely look at that. And thank you for thinking about that. That's a fun little thing I did not expect us to go into today. So
yeah, I love it. Love you guys.
I know.
So much.
One of the jobs I worked at in the past, we actually had to take a certain number of interns. It was kind of part of an educational program. And they got to have some credits for it. So there is a way to actually
there is
work.
a reciprocal thing there.
Yeah. There is a way to do that. So, but yeah, we appreciate you guys all day, every day. Exactly.
Really,
I mean, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Oh man, the things we could do, and it wouldn't be crazy shit like getting a Rolls Royce. It would be like, I don't know, lifting up the community. It would be very cool.
Well, one of the cool things is that all of the any of the money that we've got from Patreon and from the podcast advertising is all in one place right now. It's all in one untouched bucket, and the plan is all of that gets reinvested into the pod to buy up merch, to go to a convention, the costs of going to a convention, like all of that money is that money is earmarked in a little bucket, and that's what it's being used for. It's going straight back into the show.
We allow ourselves an eat out day, and it has become like Fridays has become the Whataburger day.
And I fucked it today. I fucked it up. Today. I ruined it. I fucked it up.
And it like fuels us for the show. We have a big old fat, juicy meal, and then we come and do the show. So, yes, we splurge on Whataburger. You do sling merch at a few live shows for an actual play podcast, and it gets a little bit It gets a little bit blurry. I personally would like to be able to pay something instead of nothing, so that there is a value exchange. But my meter on where your value is just, we're not there yet. I can't pay somebody and enough to do like audio editing or live production or something like that. Live production could be kind of fun. Inviting one of you guys to come on and do like a guest producer would potentially be kind of fun though. So we might be able to do that. My burger today was not a burger. It was a Buffalo Ranch fried chicken sandwich. I do not recommend it.
And that wasn't the bit that I fucked up. I actually recommend the Whataburger sauce, which is kind of like their version of a Big Mac sauce, and it's pretty subtle. It's nice. I liked it actually.
What the fuck is a bourbon biscuit?
Here we go, bourbon biscuits. You've had these. So they are the chocolate ones, and they have like it's two chocolate.
Hold on, sorry, I was thinking American biscuit. We're talking about English biscuit.
Is,
so it's like a cookie.
It's a biscuit. It's a biscuit. It's different from a cookie.
Fuck.
So this is a chocolate biscuit sandwich, and it's got like chocolate biscuit and then like fondant and then chocolate biscuit, and it's a rectangle. And you definitely had one. So you remember the custard creams?
So they would keep you awake because of the sugar, not the bourbon.
The sugar. Yeah, no, they don't.
They're not like
have
dripping.
Bourbon
It's
in
not
them.
like a little bonbon where you bite into it and it's just like a fruit gusher and it just bursts bourbon into your mouth.
No, that would be amazing.
Okay.
Actually, no, bourbon's horrible. Whiskey gusher would be great.
Ooh, a trade. Interesting. We probably could. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. But do you remember the custard creams? Do you remember those?
Yes.
They're the yellow ones. You don't. You don't.
I
Such
do.
a bullshitter.
I do.
You do not. You do not.
It's like a custard cream, but chocolate.
Oh, that's what I. Yes, that's what I just said. I didn't steal your comments, Ruthie, but we're on the same wavelength. It's like that, but chocolate, and instead of being a little rectangle, it's a longer rectangle.
Thank you, Flyboy.
It's not a cookie, Flyboy. You're so wrong.
There are a couple of things that I literally, if I say them, it just instant rage. And I don't know if it's like, it's not like a real rage, but it's like this, just like this passion that comes out of Ian. It's great. And one of them is about English muffins and.
Oh, we actually got into a to-do.
No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. They have chocolate digestives and hobnobs in one of the supermarkets.
Hobnobs
heck yeah.
You would love a hobnob.
Also chips or fries. Actually, I tried to call a French fry a chip the other day and he corrected me and said that it wasn't. So anyway.
Good job, Angelica. Yeah, they are different.
Angelica, have I seen your name before? If not, welcome to the show. Are you ready to get started?
I am. Are you?
I'm ready. Well, let's just jump into it. But before we do that, thank you guys for joining the Captain's Pod live show. We are chatting with you here at the beginning and we'll chat with you again at the end.
Yes, fries have to be skinny, chips can be chunky. That's exactly what I said the other day. They're not fries, they're chips. French fries are a specific type of chip. Carry on.
We do pin your comments about the show or about other things in general and come back to them later. But if anybody pops in while we're recording this show live, please let them know that we're not ignoring our live viewers. We're just trying to stay concentrated because if we get too off topic, the editing process turns into a chaotic monster. And poor Ian is having twice as much editing, especially the last few episodes, because I have really, really pressed the limits of distraction.
De-evolves. The editing de-evolves. It's great. I had an interesting conversation with Aaron Dicer the other day about podcasting in general.
With me specifically?
And we were talking about you and the beauty of you. And we both talked about how unique and entertaining your approach to doing a show is.
Fuck, I'm so sorry. I even tried to stay on track last week.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
And I feel bad. You should not stay on track. You need to do this show however the hell you want to do this show. And we've been doing it for 4 years.
You know it's
we will do it. I'm going to try to corral you exactly the same amount as I have been because it's been working. Mm-hmm. You need to follow your instincts.
My instincts are to keep talking about this being an R-rated podcast. Listen, Here's what happens. What happens is every week when we do the show, I think that I'm doing the introduction to the live show in a succinct manner and it just gets longer and I apologize for that. We will pin your comments and we'll talk about them. And sometimes your comments are exactly what we were planning on saying and sometimes we steal them.
Sorry.
What?
Oops.
What happened?
Oopsie. Oops. All bones. Because of Worf. Because he has so many bones.
Yeah. I mean, you are really distracting this whole intro.
I got to get it out of me now because I have to stay focused during the show.
Right. If we're both off.
Then it's fact.
It's fact. We will tell you at the end of the show if we're going to be coming back to play games sometimes on Friday. We're like fully ready to go. We still have Baldur's Gate to finish. We still have Minecraft to finish, but I'm not sure quite yet if we're going to be doing that finish.
Please explain, Danae, how do you finish Minecraft? How do you finish the Minecraft?
I meant to say continue. You can join us in many different places. For the live show, we're on Twitch and on YouTube. You can catch us any of the shows since we switched over to being on our own YouTube, which is where you're watching right now. If you want to catch the older shows, you can still see those at the CinemaSins Podcast Network on YouTube. Just go search for that and you can catch all of the first episodes, the first 300 some episodes of Captain's Pod will live there forever, so you can catch those later. But yeah,
the first 170, somewhere in that region.
Millions and millions of shows. This is an hi Badgie Com Badge. Oh fuck!
What's the longest show you've done today? Episodes?
I think
Sif Pop, BTS, not including the radio show.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the longest live shows that I did were definitely radio, but even then we were like live only in between songs. So
yeah,
consistent, I think we got to like 3 hours maybe. And I could have gone longer. I'm just a fucking stud.
No, I got so longest episodes, like as in longest amount of time you've done one show. It's like, wait, 3 hours of content? That's not a lot. I mean, like the longest amount of episodes you've been on for one show. Like Captain's Pod is somewhere up in 180 right now. You are, what would your other show be if you did number of episodes?
Was that probably Shoe the Dough?
Yeah. How many episodes was that?
1 million, I think. Yeah, it was a lot.
A lot of episodes.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like I've been on a podcast nonstop for like over 10 years. But it's just not the same show.
No.
Because it's sort of like Shoe the Dough became Sift Pop, became Behind the Sins, became Captain's Pod. So it's sort of like this, and then there's guesting happening, in there and out of there. So, and the Morning DNA was an evolution of that as well. So, like I've been on a weekly episode for 10 years plus. It's a long time, but I'm having the best time ever.
4 years on
Can
Captain's
we
Pod.
do the fucking show now, sir? We're going to do the show.
Welcome to 10 Forward, the part of the show where we grab something from the replicator and share our immediate thoughts and feelings on the episode we just watched together. The most important thing first. What would you like from the replicator, Ambassador?
Turn the music off, Ian.
I've already done it. Did you not see that awkward lean that I did in the intro? Yes, I've done the fucking music.
I'm not monitoring. Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, what do I want from the replicator today? I think I want a phaser. I need to protect myself today.
Yep.
Yeah, today is a protection day because I feel very strongly that I would be a great match for Worf.
In what condition?
Any
Worf is like a reptile. He's like full Klingon mating ritual. You're in the bathtub.
Like if it's me and Deanna, he's gonna pick me. So like if I'm in this episode, then I'm the one that he's coming after, and I feel like my whatever de-evolved Danae would be, which I guess we get to pick.
I would love to know.
Because the idea is that like everybody is de-evolving to something that's somewhere inside the DNA sequence. So you could be a lemur, you could be a frog, you could be this. So whatever I de-evolve into, I hopefully would remember how to use a phaser to protect myself against the.
Now I'm just for some reason picturing a bat just trying to manhandle a phaser, just flubbing it. What would you be? You'd be like a
something very dangerous.
guinea fowl or something.
How did you go guinea? You think I'd be that's like a mindless pecker. I wouldn't be a mindless pecker.
No, sorry, peacock then. And you just
show
off your plumage.
No. I would be dangerous, like
sloth,
dinosaur. Like I would be.
We did not evolve from dinosaurs. That's the problem. They died.
Okay, no, you're right.
I just want to be a chicken.
Right.
You could be a chicken.
I have to be something that's like animalistic, but then still powerful.
Honey badger.
Yeah, I'm a fucking honey badger. Honey badger versus proto Worf. Honey badger.
Worf wins. I'm sorry, Worf is stopped. There should be 2 crew members left on board, and purely because they were in a bit of the ship Worf couldn't get to. Anyway, Ambassador, I'm going to pick the adorable little pink collar that is around Spot the iguana, because the collar is adorable. Kind of want the iguana as well, to be honest. Give us a synopsis, Ambassador.
In in this episode, Beverly causes the end of everyone's life as they know it on the Enterprise by just mixing up a little T-cell soup without really taking a moment to go, maybe I should test this before I inject it into somebody. And when she doesn't do that, it somehow becomes an airborne virus pathogen thingy and infects the entire Enterprise. And so there are T cells mixed with some incubator shit called a thing that I wrote down that I don't have in front of me. And
not interferon. That's the house thing. Interon.
Introns.
No, that's not right.
Intron. I think that's right.
Intron.
The introns, and it activates a merger of DNA, and so we get to see some cool prosthetic action in today's episode where our beloved crew becomes what they could be in some sort of evolutionary nightmare-scape. Dun, dun, dun! 4 pips for me. I fucking love this episode. This is the kind of Star Trek that I love. Fuck yeah. I love this episode so fucking much. It has everything that I want. I could rave about this for all day long, but I am so happy.
This is amazing. And I'm going to give me a minute to take this in.
Okay.
I feel like I know you pretty well. The last couple of weeks, we've had discussions where you've revealed things that I've been like, I maybe don't know her as well as I thought, or maybe she is evolving herself. I would never pick this as being one of the episodes that you love, because you're not a fan of like horror and like body horror and like scary, tensiony things. Like, I just would not. I'd have been like, yeah, she thinks this is a cool episode, fine. But this like level of love, I want to know more. Like, this makes me so happy. And you didn't have this reaction the first time we watched it. I remember you being like, that's a pretty cool episode. Like, what a wacky, fun episode. But now you're gushing. I need to know more. Tell me why. I need to synthesize this love.
Well, I think it's impossible to like figure out the exact science of what somebody loves and then try to duplicate that over and over again. But I appreciate that you want to show me things that I like, because obviously it's a lot of fun. Yeah. But I think what I liked about this is that it's an adventure. Everybody's involved. It's my crew, like my TNG and my jam, you know.
But they're not in it for most of the episode.
No, everybody kind of has a moment though. They're all sort of there doing like their thing, you know. Yeah. And there's this camaraderie that you can feel in the scenes, you know. It's such a strong episode. It's so confident that it's okay to go really, really way out there. So the first scene where you're just starting in the middle of a crazy day in sickbay, and
that's my title, busy day in sickbay.
Yeah. And like everybody's just sort of casually getting along, and Beverly is, you know, ribbing Riker for going to the Arboretum and rolling around in a cactus or whatever, and with another person. And there's just there's just this sort of like you know, lightness, and you get to see Broccoli, yeah. You know, annoying Beverly, but it's like that representation of a very unique personality that you don't usually see in the TNG stuff.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest things about Barclay in general, is that he represents a not perfect version of Starfleet. So not everyone is like polished and well done. He has anxiety, he makes mistakes, he screws up. Like the first episode he's in, they're going to put him off the ship because his performance isn't good enough. Like, he is underperforming. So he's a very human, relatable character. I love the Barclay episodes.
Yeah, and like then we also get to play with the characters, not just the prosthetics, but like their fears. Mm-hmm. It's so unnerving to see Picard fall apart in this episode.
Oh my gosh.
And so you get to see what would Worf be like if he was terrifying. What would Riker be like if he would, because when you take away the comfortable bullet points of what makes a character like a lovable character for you, that comfortable character for you, you know, we've seen these particular characters over and over again, and you instinctively and psychologically get comfortable with them because they fit into your mold and your model. And so then when you tune into TNG, you know what your character is going to do, and that's part of what you love. But here we are in season 7, and they're comfortable and familiar with each other, and then it subverts your comfort. Like when Riker turns around and he's not Riker anymore, or when Picard starts to fall apart and get scary.
I can't tell the difference with Riker. I thought you looked the same.
Shut up. Or like Worf, you know.
Yes.
Before we really know what's going on, and he starts to get really aggressive, and it just makes you really uncomfortable. Or there's just, it's doing something where it's making the mystery known, the mystery of the episode. And then like the resolution of the episode is fun because of course it's Data at the helm figuring it out. And there's really good humor in it too. And it's maybe even unintentional humor when Picard wonders what he's going to be de-evolving into. And Data just so casually says, well, marmoset or a lemur of some kind.
Marmoset or a lemur. And Picard is like visibly offended. Like, Data didn't pick it. He's just following the bunny trail.
It's so interesting. So it hits on me on a lot of levels. But you're right. There was this element of horror and mystery, but because I've seen it before, that sort of helped me enjoy it more this time and kind of appreciate what this episode was doing. You know, like it takes it out of experiencing it and being surprised, which was wild the first time I watched it. This is the second time I remember watching this one. And it makes it more like I don't know, I just kind of appreciated what they were swinging for here, even though it is fucking bonkers.
It is some of the worst science in all of Star Trek, and we've seen some pretty bad examples in this season alone. But for me, it's the most fun application of that science. Like, this is probably I think it is my favorite episode of the run that we're going to do, because I know all of the potential options. This is my favorite episode of the season. It's so much fun. It's so silly, but we're in season 7, so everyone is really comfortable around each other. So the wacky premise I'm fine with, because it is all of my favorite TNG people at the height of their comfortability with each other. This wouldn't work in season 1. It absolutely, none of this would work. It's such a testament to them knowing each other as actors and as characters as well. It's such a fun adventure, crazy episode.
I mean, there's a really good chance that somebody clicks over on the TV and watches this one. It's the first thing that they ever see in Star Trek.
This is your first episode of Star Trek. I salute you. This is a great one.
I feel like something would be missing for that.
This is all you need
for that person, because there is just this, I don't know, there's just this like discomfort of the character. Like, you wouldn't know how different Picard is being.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
Specifically, you know, he kind of leaves and comes back, but they do have a pretty established first sort of part of this episode of it feeling like a regular old day on the starship, you know. But yeah, I think that the synopsis, although we've meandered from the synopsis into whether I liked it, now we're going to break it down too. I think I need to add one thing into the synopsis, and if I could, it would be, we never find out why the torpedo went away. That mystery is never solved. But that's it.
That's it. Worf fucked up. Yeah. He refined the targeting system and he screwed it up.
We never find out why the Jeffrey's tube is being eaten away with some organic material.
It's Worf, yeah. Worf has been dribbling around the ship either at night or... Yeah, he's just been going around the ship in the tubes, hunting and dribbling everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought, I didn't think it was just Worf. Like, I thought there was something else going on.
No, it might be more than one. It could be more than one person, but we know Worf has the venom. It was
Worf venom.
Yeah, Worf venom. Yeah.
And also, how could I not love this episode? We're seeing like Klingon shit, and we know how I feel about Klingon shit. I don't know why. But...
pretty much everybody that de-evolves that we see is human. Obviously, Deanna is half Beta Z, but she's a frog. Worf de-evolves into... I don't know how any life on Kronos survived Klingons, if that's what they were like. What a fucking terrifying armadillo, dinosaur, crocodile, bipedal, fuck no, of a creature that is. Venom sacs, huge head, claws, scary, hunting, mating, terrifying creature. Just incredible. I feel like what Klingons are now is a de-evolution of what that creature is.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
It kind of reminds me of the idea of the Gorn in a way.
Yeah.
If we were to see a Gorn in a million years and they were very sort of humanoid snake lizard hybrid looking.
Yeah.
And then you go back and see what they started off going, they're way cooler as this version. So you
mean in the arena when we see them as bipedal? Yeah.
No, I was thinking even more, even more anime than that. Just smooth features.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's amazing. I really love this episode.
And Spot. We can't forget Spot. Spot in this episode is amazing. That was my biggest. I forgot several things. So we talked about before we watched the show. And all I really remembered was Troy in the bathtub, and I remembered that Worf was pissed, but I didn't remember a lot else. As the show was sort of revealing itself, I thought, oh yeah, there's like a spider guy, right? But I totally forgot that Spot de-evolves into a lizard.
It's wild. Like. Some stuff just went out the window. Like, I don't know how much science. Like, I know we have like some shared ancestors and there is like a lot of messy overlap and like different branches, but the jump back to perfect lizard is wild.
That was crazy.
That's got to be just for a gag. It's like, wouldn't it be cool if they walk in and Spot is a lizard? That's
somebody that works on the crew, and I have this pet iguana, and I really want him to be in the show somehow.
What do we have? We have a hamster and an iguana.
Okay, which one would the cat devolve into? Let's go something completely unexpected.
No one had a saber-toothed tiger, clearly.
But yeah, this was a lot of fun. It had everything that I would want my TNG to have, which is like something unique happening. And I was really surprised at several points. Like, it was very unnerving watching Worf bite Deanna.
Yeah.
But it also kind of makes sense. And we did go into a lot of scientific talk, but this was more medical. Like, this one had a lot of med chat.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't keep up with any of that very well. But
neither can science.
But it's okay because everybody's back to normal before too long, and then we're just all kind of like, let's just pretend that never happened. And Beverly has her face back, and we're okay.
Yep. Speaking of Beverly, directed by Gates McFadden, the first episode that she's directed.
Oh, really?
Directed by Beverly. I love that so much. What an episode to direct. Like, what a crazy bonkers episode to bring to screen. And honestly, I think she does an incredible job. And the first big clue for me that this is a really well directed, well thought out episode is actually all of the cold open in sickbay. But you have a thought that I feel like you had a thought you were searching for.
I am searching for something. Oh, it was from the chat earlier. Stevel said it was clever to put Beverly out in that beginning part.
Yes.
Because she had to go behind now I understand that comment earlier because I didn't quite catch on to that. So that's awesome.
So much fun.
Oh, and she's just so beautiful.
Oh, she really is.
It was so funny. There was a moment when in that scene, and she's in there doing her thing and she's in charge and she's amazing and she's her power zone. And I'm just stunned by her on every level. And I wrote down in my notes, Beverly is so beautiful, I think or she's so pretty or something like that. And then Ian, a beat later, you're like, she is so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I said, look at my notes. We were thinking really the same thing. Really we are one hive mind.
We are. So this, I love, I've obviously seen this episode many times. It's another go-to episode for me and my dad. And this cold open, like when I really analyzed it this time, it is such a clever cold open because on the surface of it, it's like, wow, that was really busy. A lot happened. But then we go to the opening credits and then into the show, and you could forget about it and just be like, well, I guess that was nothing. I guess it wasn't related to anything at all. Because
just like
it just goes like person to person, almost like they're at a bar and just going from individual problem to problem. But every single element and every person they talk to and highlight is crucial for the story. It is incredible foreshadowing for the episode.
Yes. Yeah, it really is a clever beginning. Because there are some times when they start off and it's just them around a poker table and it's genuinely not related. Yeah. So, but everybody in there ends up being pretty exposed pretty quickly.
Yeah, I love this because it gives you all of the pieces that you need. And that's efficient storytelling for me. You get into Barclay's hypochondria, which actually leads to a gene that needs to be awoken to fight off this disease. Spot is
not the disease of the show, but like something else.
Some other flu that he has, Rigelian hip fever or something.
He has a flu.
You have Spot being pregnant, which leads to the reveal of Alyssa being pregnant. Both things are going to be crucial to finding a cure.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's a little out of the blue is Riker rolling around in the cactus. So I guess that's just your humor beat. But yeah, each bit is so important. I think it's really, really smart. And there's like the way that opening scene clips along is so fun as well. It's just everyone knows their mark when she says to Barclay, stay out of the medical database. Riker is right there and you stay out of the Arboretum. Like the blocking for that, to get technical, is so good to watch. It pleases my brain.
Yeah, and then it has these little hints. And because I've seen it before, I knew this time to watch out for them. So it wasn't just this obscure Deanna is having an aggressive lunch with an angry Worf because he fucked up. You know that something is brewing underneath the surface there. And she's not just drinking water. She's acclimating to her environment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The one other thing in that cold open, which has every Star Trek fan at the time scratching their head, was, wait, what? Spot's a boy. Spot has been a boy all 6 seasons of Star Trek until he suddenly needs to be a girl in this episode to be pregnant. And they so like deliberately say she and her throughout this episode, and it's so confused. It's not so confusing. But it's like, no, Spot, unless Spot died and this is a new Spot. Like, I expect the cat itself to change, but the sudden gender swapping definitely had people scratching their heads.
Yeah. It's a strange one that definitely is distracting when you know that Data would know the gender of the cat.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Data in this episode knows the gender of all of the cats on the Enterprise because he plans to find out who impregnated his beloved Spot.
He's going to have stern words with that cat. I have a question about that, Danae. Did anything strike you as strange about that specifically?
Well, I would think that, all of the animals would have been spayed or neutered going onto the ship anyway, because resources, I would assume, would be very important on a spaceship.
No, we're in it's only on Voyager. We're in a post-scarcity society. We can replicate everything, so that doesn't matter.
Is it having pets? Are you saying like having pets is unique?
They have kids, so pets is fine.
You said it, not me.
Just say things.
You said it, not me.
No, the interesting thing is, okay, the doors aren't activated by animals, but I can understand Data walking out and maybe Spot slips out and escapes. Or maybe somebody is feeding Spot because Data is on a long shift and Spot escapes. How is it getting off of Data's deck? Like, unless all 11 of those cats happen to be on the same deck, is he riding a turbo lift? Is somebody getting on the turbo lift with Spot? Not reporting that there's a cat walking around the ship? How did Spot get pregnant?
I would not
That's
have
the mystery.
Any idea until recently when I stole my neighbor's cat and I now am becoming a cat expert.
But
this cat, shush, listen to me very carefully because you obviously don't know cats like I do. Yes, sure, you've been around cats for 30 some years and I've only been around cats for 2. But listen, I know now the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Cats are magical beings.
Yeah, that's it.
They have an ability to go invisible. I cannot tell you how many times this cat that I have is like 13 fucking pounds. He's a big cat. And I have lost him in the house so many times. All the doors are shut. I have no idea where he is. And suddenly he fucking appears out of nowhere. Like he just beamed in and he's talking to me about being hungry or whatever
He'll walk from a direction that we know we searched.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
that's fair.
To make it even worse, I lost him yesterday for 2 hours only to realize he was laying on the rug. The cat is black and white. The rug is black and white. And he was just on the rug. But he was so still and curled up in a little ball. And he just sort of like his little coloration happened to match the coloration of the cats are magical. So I fully believe Spot could have gotten out.
It's still crazy to me. But he got out and went to a different deck. We left the door open for Thunderstorm. You're not leaving the turbo lifts open.
Yeah, but
he's got to get to a different deck.
What about the tubes of the Jeffrey?
Because he's not going to climb up. They don't just have open hatch. He'd have to open a hatch.
You don't know that.
That's even less likely than a turbo lift.
Human error. Someone forgets to put a couple screws back in place, and all of a sudden they're just like, "Yep, I'm going to zip."
I don't know. I feel like the ship's computer could also track.
Well, yeah,
his walkabouts,
but they didn't know to track. They didn't know to track her walkabouts until now.
Anyway, that's
what
really
if the cat
important.
has figured out how to beam?
That really is the most important thing to figure out. If the cat can talk, if the universal translator can translate cat speak.
There you go.
And
now you're on it.
Spot's just like, beam me to that hot ginger cat upstairs. I want to get some impregnation. Anyway, we move on.
The computer would say, I don't need to know all that information, but I can.
We haven't watched the episode, but it's one of my favorite. This is such a tangent, but screw it. Data is talking to the computer about something, and the computer says, please specify. And Data goes on one of his like diatribe things about like fully over explaining this thing to the computer, and the computer cuts him off and it's just like, that would be sufficient, Commander.
Oh,
and Data like gives him a little look, gives the computer a little look. I love it so much. I wish I could remember what episode that was. I think it's an early one, but it's great. Anyway, once we come back from the commercial, from the opening credits, we have a very self-satisfied Worf who is protesting how incredible his new targeting systems are, and then a torpedo promptly disappears. Deanna.
Yes, Riker.
Oh, I blush. Danae, did it hurt to see Worf fuck up and Riker like rub it in? I don't know. I've never noticed really how much Worf gets shit upon. He really does.
Well, I also did not notice how much he is shit upon because we're not watching a lot of TNG. But based on some of the live chat and then I guess that's kind of a thing that happens, and it does make me sad because the joke has to be that we get to kind of bring the proud man down a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the kind of humor vibe. But in my world, he didn't fuck up. He just hasn't figured out what went wrong yet.
No, he fucked it up. And this is what simulations are for, people. This is why you test these things in like the holodeck or you run simulations. But no, it malfunctions and it disappears. Which means that we have to get Captain Picard, of course, and there's no real reason to get Captain Picard off the ship other than we want him in the story. He goes off with Data to track down the torpedo because, and I really, really like this, the asteroid field is unusually dense. And
it's just like me.
No, you're usually dense.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
What I love about this is that there's a sci-fi cliche stereotype about asteroid fields.
That you can just go through them?
No. The opposite. You should be able to go through them because in space, they're actually really, really, really spread out. So in Star Wars, it's like there's an asteroid field. And in Star Trek, there's an asteroid field. Let's hide inside it. Let's go inside it. Actually, they're huge bodies that you can get ships through pretty easily. It's not like a dense ring going around Saturn. Asteroid fields are pretty spread out. So I just like the fact that it says unusually dense as like a little acknowledgement that usually you'd be able to fly through this, but this one is unusually dense. It's such a nerdy little thing, and I hope it was deliberate.
We can hope.
We can.
It's not something that I hyper focused on. I was more
really
shocking. No. I was mostly looking at this scene where they're just like shooting rocks out of space, remembering all of my growing up in the Ozarks with a whole bunch of like hillbilly boys with guns going.
So Wolf's a hillbilly.
What are we doing on the weekend? And then you go to someone's farm and you set up tin cans and you shoot them off of a fence.
This is Starfleet hillbilly range shooting. It was the firing range.
Like, we're gonna go find this random. We got to shoot something. We've got to test the system. So I just kind of enjoyed the idea that they were doing this already. There's a question that just came up in the chat a moment ago. Are they affected by the?
Not yet.
At this point, by the situation?
No, because Picard and Data, because Picard hasn't been affected yet, or else Picard would be affected on the
before he
shuttlecraft.
comes back.
Exactly. He's only infected when he comes back to the ship.
So the idea is that everyone, this is not explicitly lined out in the episode, that the people who are at sick bay end up infecting everybody else as they interact with them.
Correct, which is why Riker definitely gets it, Barclay definitely gets it, Alyssa definitely gets it. Worf is a slight question. I guess Riker interacts with Worf because he's very, very close and over Worf's shoulder. Worf is very close to Deanna. So I guess that's how the main crew get it first, because Geordi takes a while until he's infected, and some of the crew take a while as well.
Yeah, it would be interesting to watch it back and try to really pinpoint what was purposeful or if it was just plot driven.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I love it.
But it's important. Picard and Data need to leave so that they can come back and rescue the crew later. And then we just get to watch shit get wacky.
It's so fun. Like, when I watched it this time round, I was like, you can get all the way up to like the first symptom, which is Worf having lunch. Because even when he's irritable on the bridge, that's just kind of normal. Like, Worf is just irritable. Riker tells him to take a break. That makes sense. He goes to 10 forward and has some food. It's only when Deanna turns up and is like really thirsty, and they're kind of like, then Worf is acting weird.
Yeah, he's really aggressive.
What's the episode doing? Like, all the way up until this point, you're like, when's the episode gonna start? Like, where is this going? Because we've spent a lot of time getting here with no explicit setup as to what the episode is about.
It's really subtle in a way.
Super subtle, and I love that.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Unless you know what's coming, those little tiny things at the beginning are potentially just an off day. And I think I have to believe that Deanna is pretty off at this point, because she should be picking up on something from Worf with her sensibilities and her senses.
Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Especially when he's giving the eyeballs to the lady that's bringing them food and is like eyeing up her everything's.
Yeah, Worf goes animal. Yeah. How great is it to be able to act underneath the prosthetic that intensely?
It must be so much fun.
Really uncomfortable. Like, he's doing a great job of making this a very uncomfortable couple of scenes where he's not just animal, but he's like animal hunt for mate, you know, like when he gets to her in the tub later, it's just like, whoa, you know, but that is like what this episode is going towards. You just don't kind of know it yet. He's just maybe having a bad day and he's just really aggressive, and Deanna is not picking up on it because she's obviously, you know, impacted. I think certainly an uncomfortable thing that I'm thinking about, and I will continue, I just have to shut it down, is the progression of this disease, because Deanna and Worf were both close to Riker, but was Picard close enough to Riker too?
Great point.
I mean, it just, they were all on the bridge together. And at this point, Riker's the strongest one that's been exposed. But at the table, it's evident that both, like, that Worf is just very quickly advancing, and so is Troy.
Yeah, I think
so. I think it's just for fun. We gotta let it go and just have fun with it.
No, I think that's one we just let go. They do enough, but it is interesting that Picard escapes. It seems like within minutes of this really being a problem. Well, no, because Worf has been working on the problem for 6 hours before Riker approaches him. So I guess there is that kind of, because Picard leaves pretty quickly. 6 hours later is when we see the symptoms kick in.
Well, that's when we should see Riker's symptoms more strongly kicking in if we believe that he was a more advanced stage and he just infects Worf at that point.
I mean, that's me guessing. Like, that's not explicitly said. That's just where like my bunny trail of logic goes, because it's clearly an airborne thing. So at this point, it's kind of arbitrary. With recycled air, it's getting to everybody relatively quickly.
Right. But the idea is that somehow Picard is delayed until he arrives 3 days later. And that's the part that is kind of like annoying to me. Is they all kind of breathe the same air there for a hot minute. Yeah. Chat points out they have different alien physiology and maybe they're more susceptible. That's definitely possible.
Maybe he has a faster metabolism. Maybe Beta Zeds do as well. And or Betazoids. And they just metabolized it quicker and started to turn. But
yeah, it's really concerning at that little dinner, where Worf is eating people with his eyes.
Oh, yeah, he is. So we kind of go through crew member to crew member. Barclay is hyper and super focused on the job at hand, whereas Riker and Geordi are very lethargic. Yeah,
and also Worf, we've seen Worf try to go to sleep that night, and he turns into a very wild version of himself where he makes himself a little nest on the floor.
Makes himself a little Klingon nest on the floor.
I thought he was about to start a fire. Like he was gathering kindling.
So funny. That would have been when he starts cooking a crew member that he's already hunted.
It was that scene is where the show wants you to know that something is off.
Yeah.
And it is like Worf's hair when it is down is so fucking beautiful.
Right. How often have you seen it down?
It's rare. It's just so rare.
It's just like a season 6 and 7 thing. It may just be season 7.
And like, I don't know, him jumping up and down and just like sniffing and everything and turning kind of into this like, if you watch the show, how dangerous a Klingon can be.
Oh, good Lord.
Without that like discipline, the evolved discipline,
compared to what they were. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, we know what is kind of happening. Like he's turning into some kind of an animal version of him.
Thing. Sorry. I devolved into a Kirk. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It makes sense that would be your de-evolution.
Yeah,
honestly.
that would be my de-evolution. Yeah.
So that was a really interesting kind of thing. Yeah, and then we go into Barclay, and he is just.
I'm on it. I'll get that camera. Like, it's the thing with the thing and the thing and the thing and the scanner, the thing, the sensors, Riker.
And that's Barclay. That's what he's doing. He's just zipping around and engineering as they're looking at various things happening with the ship. And I think the idea is that that's because he's a skittery spider.
Yeah, he's devolving into a spittery arachnid insect type thing. I know spiders aren't insects, but that body of things that are all jumping around. And he and Alyssa do a great job of acting their creatures out. So I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but when they get to the full briefing, that there is a disease that is spreading through the ship, and Riker is like feeling a bit dopey and caveman-y, and Barclay is just like on him, and just like his head is twitching, and I'm thinking about
so fun
Matt Mercer when he's doing a creature and he's like chittering around. Dwight Schultz is doing a great job of that. And then did you notice Alyssa with her palms and the way she leant on the table?
Oh, yes.
And especially when she gets...
What's her name?
Alyssa Agawa.
Agawa, yes.
Especially when she gets up to leave, she like puts her knuckles on the table and then like kind of ape walks away.
It's so funny.
So much.
Yeah.
It's really so subtle. It's not too much. It's not a caricature. Just very, very subtle.
The other thing that's happening is the married couple argues over the thermostat cliche.
Do you know that Deanna and Worf are a thing right now?
It was evident in this episode that was an
Yeah.
attempted thing because they were supposed to meet for lunch, and there was this sort of back and forth between them.
The weirdest thing in season 7. So
I mean, you know why it ends. He bit her face.
It's fair, and that's not when it ends. It actually continues right up until the finale of TNG. So they are a dating couple-ish at this point.
Right on.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, Deanna.
I don't get it in the context of the show, but I don't even know if I get it for them too. It seems, I guess she's been there for some crew. Anyway, we could do a whole Worf Deanna arc thing. It's interesting. Yeah, I think she recently passed away, right?
Wait, who? God, who?
Patty Usaki?
That was so random. We're talking about Troy.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, you can't do that to me.
Marina Sirtis is still with us. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Yes, she did. She passed away last year. Bunny trails. I want to get to what for me is the scariest, most haunting part of the episode. I hate it every single time, even though it's resolved very quickly. Worf has bit Deanna. Deanna goes to sick bay. Beverly is analyzing them both. Beverly notices the venom sacs on Worf's neck and then gets acid attacked in the face. It's not often that we see the female characters specifically in pain, attacked. She is in agony, writhing on the floor. And this affected me as a kid. I was like, that's one of my characters. That's one of my people. And she is not well. She is like, Gates McFadden's acting in that. Like, I love it. She is in so much pain. And it's so haunting. Like, I know nothing comes of it because Nurse Agar was just like, yeah, if she needs reconstructive surgery, but nothing like a dermal regenerator won't fix. So nothing comes of it. But I'm just like, it melted her face.
And she was beautiful by the end of the episode again. Just absolutely fine.
No trauma, one episode memory. What a hideous attack to live through, even if there's no lasting consequences. Horrifies me. Like, does that scene hit you the same way?
This time it did, and it's because of how she acted.
Yes,
she drops to the floor and is screaming. So it's very well done because that is exactly what you would do if you just got acid to the face. It would be horrible. It would be horrible. But to be honest, and I'm not saying she deserves this.
Oh no, she deserved it.
I'm appalled at how many medical weird shit goes down in this episode because there's such a casual approach to just about everything. And maybe that's just the byproduct of living on a spaceship and seeing cuckoo banana stuff all the time.
You've mentioned this before, the casualness with which you approach.
So it's
these
like
things when you're faced with them day to day.
You know, for me, the most normal thing would be gigantic cactus pokers in the back of someone's back because they rolled around with it. Like that would be almost more frightening than anything else you usually see. Someone walks in, they have to have an arm regrown. Someone comes in there and someone else's body that day because they had, like there's just the list of crazy shit is so fun, which is part of why this show is so fun. And Star Trek in general is so fun because they just get to experiment with
you can do
science
any
fiction.
Genre, anything you want any given week.
But to be in front of Worf, who is clearly unwell, who has bitten Deanna in the face and nearly took off her cheek.
You don't go to a dog that's just bitten somebody.
He's not
and
a dog.
Offer up your hand.
How dare
as
you?
A metaphor,
that is so fucking fucked up.
As a metaphor.
But he is clearly like disconnected. He's not speaking. And just to like see something and say, open your mouth. The amount of things that could happen. Well, let's just list a few. What could happen if Worf opens? Well, we know the venom sac is one.
What could go right?
Something could pop out of his mouth.
Yeah.
That's been living inside of him like a little.
Oh, like an alien
burrowing.
Mouth?
Yeah, a little alien tongue comes out and just like sucks on her nose. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That could happen. Halitosis. Hello.
At best.
Did you see his lunch?
He ate
It was
octopus.
terrifying. So many things can happen in her reality, and she's just leaning in there.
Well, she explains exactly what it is. I don't often write lines down, but back to back, she says it's filled. It's filled with some kind of bioacidic compound like a venom sac. Period. Open your
mouth. I am not saying she deserves it,
Beverly. But
I'm not saying she deserves it. I'm just saying.
We're not saying she was asking for it.
I'm saying
in this case,
a computer erect a field, like something to protect yourself.
My hand. Acid my hand.
But I still was very alarmed by it. In fact, my notes were Beverly, no, even though I know she's gonna be fine. No, it was really hard to watch her go down because she's a beloved character. Yeah, that was definitely a little crazy. Yeah. But you know what actually made it really hard too is that just before that is when we see Worf assault Troy in the bath.
Yeah, and you're keeping them in the same room together, like bio bed next to bio bed.
Crazy.
Insane.
So it was a very intense few minutes of the episode there because it kind of is like, yeah, we're going to do some reconstructive surgery. And then that's kind of it. Then we go into.
There's one other thing in sick bay I wanted to mention that has just always bugged me, and I just got to get it off my chest. The opening when we first get to sick bay, Deanna's on the bed and it's just like, it's so cold. Take her out of her soaking fucking clothes, Beverly. Like, she's still sat there in her uniform that is soaking wet. Like, any blankets you put on her, take the wet clothes off first. Beam them off.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Get her a fresh set of pajamas, for crying out loud.
The next scene is the scene you mentioned before about Riker and Barclay kind of together, and we're really seeing the de-evolution begin. I love that scene. Like you said, they were just so funny together.
It's such a funny scene compared with like how serious the shit is happening, and Riker like opening the channel to Starfleet.
Oh, I know.
And drifting off.
Can I read you my note from that moment?
Please.
He's a handsome, mindless potato now.
Do you like him better that way?
No. It's not as jarring to see Riker lose his mind as it is to watch Picard later for me.
Correct.
But it's an interesting kind of idea that Riker's just like at this point when we kind of leave Riker, the idea is that he just can't remember how to get out of that room.
Yes.
And that's just where they find him in 3 days.
Oh,
and
no, that's the observation. That's the observation lounge. He ends up in the ready room.
Okay, so he finds his way to the ready room.
Yeah.
And then he starts eating the fish to stay alive. Yeah,
he's trying to get to the fish, which has turned into a jellyfish. Livingston the fish has turned into a jellyfish somehow.
He evolved.
Who knows?
He de-evolved.
He de-evolved from whatever he was.
He also was somehow affected by the air. Which makes total sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense. Just this thing permeated everything. Poor Livingston.
Oh boy.
So we do transition from there to Picard and Data returning to the ship, and this is where we go full Halloween haunted house, nightmare terror. Gates McFadden, are you a horror fan? Like, do you just love it? Like, is it actually her dream to direct a horror movie? Because she does a great job of it. Like, the rest of the episode is darkness and tension and fear and Michael Myers chasing you down the corridor. This is the really serious, scary part of the episode.
Yeah, this is definitely, I feel like it's not as scary as I've seen Strange New Worlds get. Like I'm comparing the difference between an updated Star Trek's version of a horror show versus TNG. So this is definitely going to be the PG version of what I think Strange New Worlds was, maybe like PG-13 or even R a little bit, because they show so much blood. Yeah. There was a lot of like just medical gore. Like Strange New Worlds really pushes into that horror genre.
It does in terms of like blood and bodily injury, but
the tension buildup in that one episode was pretty intense though.
Which one?
The one where they were kind of mimicking the chest burster episode, I think.
Oh, yeah, from season 2. Yeah. They kind of was Alien the movie Star Trek episode. But Yes, that one is scary and tense, but I think this is tenser. I think when you have, it's the Jeffries tubes, that's what it is. The Jeffries tubes are terrifying. So when Picard is running down the Jeffries tube with Worf outpacing him, that's scary. It's scary to me in the game when Wesley is running away from Worf and Riker in the Jeffries tube and they're chasing him down and they eventually catch him. Any chase scene that happens in that claustrophobic space, like that feels tense to me. And we barely see Worf. Like we barely see any of him as the creature he's become. So I just think the use of like not fully seeing this scary beast, but getting his stature and speed and the growling and all of the work they do with building up Picard to be more afraid than he's ever been because he's genetically coded to be afraid
really
and to
cool.
be prey.
Really, really cool.
All of that leads to believable tension for me. Like, I don't believe that Picard is in danger, but I really believe that he thinks he is.
This is one of those episodes that if you started up the intensity moment, it would start when they find the ship 2 light years off course or whatever. And which, by the way, I had a note at that point when the shuttle is getting back to the ship.
Yeah.
And it's sort of tilting in space.
Yes.
And the shuttle.
Let's go. Match the axial rotation of the ship.
You were so happy.
There is no need. There is, Danae. I love it when TNG does this, because TNG does it more than any other Star Trek show. It knows what I want to see, and I don't know if it's because I've been watching it as my hair is crazy. I don't know if I've been watching it as a child, and that's why I like to see it, or I always like to see it, and it just happens to show it to me. They could just appear on the ship, but instead he gives the command to match the rotation of the Enterprise, and then you just get a few seconds of the shuttle spinning in the wrong direction, correcting itself, turning, and matching the Enterprise, and then it's in. There's no need for that. I wouldn't have missed it if it wasn't there, but I love it. I love it when they do that detail that seems unnecessary, but I don't know, just a cool visual that I love. I love this shit.
And that's where you would start this episode if it was one of those.
Yes, you could.
3 days earlier episodes where you started off and they're entering the ship and it's really strange and they're figuring it out, and then they're showing 3 days earlier and then catching you up. But thankfully it doesn't do it.
Yeah, because it doesn't do that. Because
it's perfect the way that it is. I'm just saying, like, at this point is when the horror part kind of really kicks in.
Yeah.
And it starts with the adrift ship because you know shit's wrong.
I mean,
and you're getting all the information. They're like, Picard's concern is their life. Data is trying to give the information. I love this part. It's like it makes sense to me. Yeah, there's this analytical assessment going on that gives interesting information as we're trying to figure out, well, why wouldn't the crew be showing up? And knowing, because this is the first episode where I know what's happening, was really interesting. I was really appreciating the tech speak that supported it a little bit more, which was nice. And then, when they get on the ship, it's fully like exploring dark corridors, hearing the echoey 300 sounds of different kinds of animals, and
the different creatures,
the shedded human skin that he touched with his bare fucking hands. That's so gross.
It's so gross. And Picard, don't touch the door. Don't he sees that Deanna's door is wet. Don't touch it. Like, you should have gone back to the shuttle and got your spacesuits, because guess what? You wouldn't have got infected. Like, how is that not standard procedure to just be in spacesuits at all times?
And then the sort of exploration, it was so eerie because when there is the dark ship and these little handheld, lights.
The palm lights. I love the palm lights. I want one.
And they're just the direction is really interesting because you're fully in a dark corridor looking around and you don't even see them coming. Like, they're not even on screen and they're talking, and it builds that tension really nicely. But again, for me, it was fun tension because 1, I've already seen the episode, and 2, it's a little bit PG-13. Like, I'm not super worried.
Yeah.
The jump scare got me again, but that's okay.
What,
We'll get to that in a
the
second.
Deanna
No,
jumping out?
no. There's
Which
two. I
one?
guess there's two pretty good
Yeah,
jump scares in this one.
Always terrifies me when Deanna
No,
jumps out of the
when-
water.
Barkley throws himself against a window.
That's a good one.
That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah,
But-
like set dressing prosthetics in this episode,
It's fun.
top notch.
Super fun.
So good.
So this is when though they realize by the going into Troy's quarters,
Yeah, this is when they figure out, oh, something's up.
this is when we really get going on seeing firsthand where this episode is truly going. How did you feel about this? Now you've seen it a lot. How do you feel about seeing Troy as a frog?
I hate it so fucking much. I have this weird, and I need to process it quite a bit. I have this weird, you've done something to something I love problem in my brain.
Like with the doctor.
With the doctor, with Beverly having her face
Stop
melted.
fucking with your women.
Stop fucking, not just the women. Barkley, completely restructured. Worf, completely restructured. Riker, cranium shrunk. Deanna, frog, Gilly. This is the real
little
prediction
fingers.
from her little suction cup fingers. I'm like, yes, you can undo it, magic science, fine, but it still happened. And in my brain, it's so hard. Like, that's changed you. That's you now. Like, that is something you have to live with. Like, in my brain, there is no amount of medicine that can undo it. I feel like there's always going to be something left that's a bit amphibious. Like,
yeah,
it's so drastic. And that's where TNG, Star Trek in general, can be careless with its characters, turning into salamanders, for example.
Well, that would never happen in Star Trek.
Tom losing his tongue. Like, all of this is stuff that should have permanence to it and never does.
No, it's in ribosciatic flux.
You have a name for it? Like, this is insane to me. I'm like, how do you have a... No, not you. I meant Star Trek.
No,
like,
I did,
Dave.
though. I wrote it down.
You did.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm just amazed that Data has a name for it. Like, Data's like, you can actually put a name to whatever is happening to her DNA as if it's completely explicable.
Yeah.
Oh, you've picked up a lizard. That's
The
weird.
genetic code has been resequenced, okay? She's no longer human. And this is where I get pissed.
Do it.
Why was she ever human to begin with?
Half human. She's half human, half Beta Z. But that is a bit of a scriptural flub. Yes.
Very frustrated about
Correct.
that one. I was like, come on.
Totally get it.
She's no longer human. She was only ever a little bit.
Yeah. She's only
Anyway.
half. Yeah, so I have this issue with the permanence of these, the lack of permanence and the lack of like consequences, basically.
Yeah, like to me, it would have made more sense if the show ended or towards the end of the show, Picard and Data were inoculated or whatever, or Data himself had to go one by one and just zap everybody and then drag them to the med bay and then like
just
put
pump
them
it
into
the-
a reconstruction chamber of some kind.
Yeah.
You know, but we're just
We're
going
gonna
to
have
pump
to-
some new air into the room, and you know it'll take about 12 hours, but everybody's going to be just fine.
Everyone's going to be fine.
It's
They're
just
going to be
fine.
a bit confused. Somebody's going to be missing some limbs. They should use the transporter, honestly.
Yeah, transport everybody around except
Use
for the
their
guy
old
that's
pattern
dead.
buster. So
That guy
this is a
died.
great point. This is something we really, really need to dive into. This is the biggest what the fuck of the episode for me. Like, this is what the fun so much, but the biggest what the fuck is how many people died and how there doesn't, obviously, because it's just one episode memory, there is no accountability for that. Worf absolutely killed people.
You don't know.
And ate them.
You don't know.
We know that people died because there were fewer life forms.
we know
and
that,
we
but
know
we
that
don't
the
know
guy
that
in the-
he did it.
We know that he did. There's
We-
no way everyone
We don't
escaped
know. There's
Worf.
no evidence.
I think Riker killed the person on the bridge. I
Okay.
think that makes sense.
Right.
It is just, however, we never find out how many people died on the ship, but we know they've killed each other, and there is no reconciliation for that. You mentioned last week or the week before, there should be a series about counseling
Yeah.
after the fact.
Yeah.
Everyone needs counseling, because with the ship sensors, there will be a record of who killed who. And I think you'd want to know, and I think the family members would want to know, but there are people with deaths on their hands.
Yeah, I mean, definitely having your upper spinal column broken into 3 places isn't something that happens just while you're sitting at the console and you just turn a little bit too quick. You know, we know he died because somebody killed him. What we don't know is who it was. And I think because the computer programs were all like taken offline, there's never going to be a way to prove that. It's a little Mbenga-y, right?
So your issue isn't that they died. It's as long as Worf didn't do it.
Definitely. Yeah.
You're going to defend him.
No. I'm going to defend that there's no proof of who did it, and that everyone at some point they're not really accountable for their actions if they're not who they are.
No, I get it. No, I'm not saying anybody should be punished but
I think your point is that there needs to be a moment where the show acknowledges that
how messed up that is.
This dead guy was honored in some way at the end.
Just the fact that you've killed your own crew, like crew members have killed each other, like that's something you don't walk past. Like
we all need a kumbaya in sickbay.
It's such a messed up
or
part
10
of
forward.
The episode.
We can go to 10 forward here.
This time we actually can go to 10 forward. But does it bug you as well? Does it? I don't know if it bugs me, but there's a casualness with it that Picard never really approaches when he sees the dead helmsman.
He was in a red shirt.
Kind of like,
it was pretty obvious.
In a red shirt.
Yeah.
I almost want a moment where it's just like, damn it, we've killed each other. That sucks. This is a bad day.
No, you're right. There is, again, it's just this casualness about people's bodies changing and death. And it is a little bit unnerving under the lens of more modern storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's more of a modern storytelling approach, is sort of
actually deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
Like Lower Decks would.
Well, and also you'll see it more too in like the bad guy, like what made the bad guy bad, and just sort of like bringing more story into each thing that you're putting up in front of somebody to enjoy. There's more intention in the storytelling these days, which I really do enjoy. And it is off-putting when you see the kind of, I guess we're never going to talk about that guy again. The
callousness of it. Yeah. It's like, this is all going to be fine next week. Yeah.
My notes literally are, that guy is dead. He's like, he dead. He's ripped open. Worf, was that you? Upper spinal column broken in 3 places. His DNA was changed, but in the initial stages when he died, the bridge be fucked. Security cameras would be smart. That literally is my notes.
And we know they're on there, but I imagine they were offline.
Yeah.
They've buried those logs.
There's 1,011 individual life forms, all with similar flux. So the whole ship has been affected, and they're all scattered around, but they have been gathering in the Arboretum and the Aquatic Lab. Are you sad we never went there? Because I am. I would have loved to have gone in there and just seen like...
But we've been to the Arboretum, but not in this episode, obviously. But yeah, to see the members of the crew in their uniforms just like floating around or swinging through trees, obviously budget restricted. Could not do that, but... Just, you would think somebody might have like turned the holodeck on as well, but I guess main power's off. But there should be some in the holodeck where they've created an environment for them, like a desert.
Oh, so good.
Like, something else.
Yeah. Is that Cetacean Ops in the Aquatic Lab? Is that what that is?
No, that's got to be different.
Okay.
That's got to be different to Cetacean Ops. But I don't know why they wouldn't just call it Cetacean Ops, because we know it exists at this point.
I was thinking like, oh, that's fun. But that you're right. That is definitely a Lower Decks episode.
Yes.
Where they can draw them and not actually pay the people for being there. But it would have been so funny to open it up and it's like the Willy Wonka moment where you're seeing like an entire like ecosystem. And then, all these people just coexisting in this really strange little space.
What would have been great? This is completely out of character. But Picard goes to the door, opens it up, sees how many crew members. We don't even need to see it. You just know that he's seeing it and sees all of his crew, looks down at his tricorder and just says, nope, and just turns around and closes the door and leaves.
I don't want to write that report. They don't go there because they don't want to write the report. That's why.
Everyone is fucking. All of the animals are fucking in that room. So many people are pregnant now.
So the only thing that breaks the tension of this dead guy is that they hear the grunting noises of Riker in the adjacent room, and we get to see the cranial plates that have been thickened by 20% and the smaller brain that cannot comprehend language. But did you notice that Riker is flipping off Picard?
He's giving him a big old finger.
Did you notice that? Okay.
I think maybe he was aiming that at Livingston, the fish, but he was absolutely flipping off.
It's just fucking funny.
It's so funny.
I really, I'm sure that Frakes has been asked this many, many times. And if I were to ever be in the same physical space as Frakes, I would not remember anything that I would have ever wanted to talk to him about. But I would love to know if that was intentional. Like,
absolutely. I would bring this printout, get him to sign it.
Yes.
And just, fuck you, Jonathan Frakes. And I have lived that experience today. I have come face to face with Jonathan Frakes and not known what to say.
I mean, it's intense sometimes when I've met some people that are like pretty big celebrity status, and it's just like, what do you say?
I have nothing. Sign my thing. I'm going to leave. I have nothing of relevance to say to you.
If I have more time with you, then maybe you'll understand the depth of my appreciation for your work.
And how we should be friends. And how I'm a good person for you.
Here's my cell phone number.
Thank goodness this is another sidebar. Thank goodness my mum was with us, because I was, I think, 14 or 13. My mum did all of the talking. She was absolutely flirting with Jonathan Frakes and talking her up. We then go next door to LeVar Burton, who is sat next to Jonathan Frakes, and we're talking to LeVar, and he turns to Frakes and says, "Have you met these guys? Aren't they cool?" Geordie called me cool.
Oh, I know. It's awesome when you get to actually like see that they're humans, but
so
it's a wild experience. I've gone completely blank. There was when I was in radio for a while, and I was, really listening to a lot of the music that was being played on the stations where I was on the radio. There was a couple of artists I really, really enjoyed. I liked how they approached making the music for the genre and everything. And I had a chance to just talk with them. And it was like, I just talked to them like they were regular people, but there was one or two where I was like,
was like that time you interviewed, it was for like BTS or something, and you interviewed somebody that Scott
Savah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I freaked out.
You didn't realize who you were talking to. It's amazing.
That might be one of my most favorite podcast moments of all time.
That realization, that's so fun.
Well, and what I loved about that is that we were doing a video part as well, and so it wasn't just like I couldn't just hear him. I could see him, and it was like I could see that his work being recognized unexpected. So, because we were talking to Scott about a movie that he did, but what I knew him from was from a comic that a web comic. So it's completely off topic. Like, we were there to talk about this movie and promote this movie and like connect with him. And I derail the conversation because I realized that he is the Dreamland Chronicles creator, and I flipped my shit. But I think he super loved it because
you'd have to, yeah.
Like, it's this side thing that he was doing for so long as like a love, like something for his child to, and it was just this. Anyway, yeah, that one, that was cool.
That's a cool BTS moment.
I didn't clam up. I feel like Frakes, I would just fucking clam up.
Yeah, 100%. Me too. Yeah.
I also would probably be trying to figure out how I could time it to where I would accidentally be in the elevator with him at the same time.
Interesting.
And just have like 30 more seconds.
Wow.
Captive.
You're going to do what's the movie called?
Nope, not that.
You know the movie I'm talking about.
No, I don't think I do.
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't do that.
Misery. Wandering, you are in my brain. You're going to do a Misery on Riker.
No, I would never do that.
You would absolutely do a Misery
I would absolutely never do that.
If you could go back in time afterwards and then not do it, but still have the memory, would you do it?
No, I would. If I had 30 extra seconds with Jonathan Frakes in an elevator, and it was me, who else is in the elevator with us?
Data.
Okay.
In character. Brent Spiner in character. And Deanna.
In character as well?
No, Marina Sirtis out of character.
So it's Marina,
yeah,
Frakes,
and Data.
and then Data in character.
100%.
And this is us in an elevator.
Yeah. And I'm probably above the elevator, just peeking in.
Okay. Real life
How's the
scenario.
peeking? Yep.
I would turn to Data and I would say, I'm
Record
going to
this?
do a human emotion thing. But I want to involve you because Data would appreciate that because he wants to be a human. And then I would look at Frakes and I would look at Marina and I would just be like, I love you guys. And I would tell them how much they mean to me.
Aww.
And I would cry.
Yeah.
And then I would hope that they would come in for a little hug, like have a little moment.
Yeah.
And then it would be Data kind of doing the awkward pat on the back.
Just full palm.
Yeah. And then he would say something like, I understand it's human tradition to take a selfie in a moment like this. And then he would grab a phone and he'd pop a selfie.
Beautifully framed.
Yeah. And maybe they would believe it was from such the heart that they would be like, I want to hang out with you again.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
But that's 30 seconds. I mean, like, it's gone.
Yeah. You could drop them.
Here's a sad thing. We know that they all listen to our podcast. So like, it's never going to happen because now they know.
Because now you've put it out there.
Yeah.
You've ruined it. Anyway, back to the episode.
Fuck, marry, kill, go. No. It would be just marry.
Marry. Yeah, Riker's trying to eat a fish. And then it comes at Picard. And then gets shot by Data.
Twice.
You okay?
Oh, I'm super okay because I know that Data's doing what Data's got to do. And he's saving the day. And this propels us into the analytical synthetic T-cell code activating the latent itrons in the genetic code that was dormant in this involuntary evolutionary holdover with key behaviors no longer being necessary.
There we go. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They get to Data's quarters. They go to sick bay and start analyzing people. And just thank goodness that Data was the one that went with him. I don't know how anything happens if Data isn't on this mission with Picard.
Well, Data would have been
everything.
He would have.
Oh, he would have been on the.
He would have been on the ship, and he would have been fine, and he probably would have been figuring this out on his own.
That's interesting.
It wouldn't have been fun because he would have had it figured out.
Maybe Worf would have killed him.
I don't know. Okay, proto Klingon versus Data. Data's winning.
I don't. Would Data kill him? I think Data would have to kill Worf.
I think Data would kill Worf.
Jesus.
I do.
Rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Which is why we have to take Data off of the ship.
This is why Data needs to be taken out first.
Also, this is the moment when Data tells Picard before they leave that he's going to be a little lemur or like a pygmy marmoset.
Pygmy marmoset. So we get lots and lots of exposition, lots of medical dump. They get to all of the right answers very, very quickly. And they realize that they need to get to a computer that can do all of the programming and whatnot, which leads them to Data's quarters, which leads them to the next convenience of kittens.
Yeah.
Which is what I believe they're called in a group, is a convenience of kittens.
Oh, it's so true. And it's so cute. And it's so sad because they don't have any milk. And how are they living? We don't know.
No.
It's really sad.
It hasn't been long. I think that's the point.
Ugh. It's like heartbreaking.
Yeah. I do
remember. The mother and me got very sad.
You wanted to, never mind. I do remember the first time that we watched this episode, I was waiting for this because I knew the reveal of Spot being an iguana was coming.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at you more than the TV.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Yes.
Is that Spot?
I forgot about it again. It popped up and my notes are Spot, where are you? Oh my God. Oh God. Oh shit. I forgot this part. Oh no, it's little lizard. It's a little Spot izzard.
The boldness of just having a lizard. That's it. No attempt at anything at all.
It's so great.
Spot went full lizard.
Oh, but you know what? Because of that, we have the last little bit of information we need.
Yeah.
Which is the cure that involves antibodies because the fetus is protected by the womb and all of these different natural antibodies or whatever.
Which leads to an incredible line from Picard. We should locate a pregnant humanoid.
And then Data's like, how about Nurse Ogawa?
And my line for that was, oh, look, we just happen to have one in ship stores. What luck. Yes, we have one. But I guess if there's 1,000 people on board, I guess statistically at any one time, maybe one of them is pregnant.
I suppose.
But I still don't think it's that likely.
Well, it's happening in this one.
It's happened. Thank goodness.
But before they locate her, but they have to fix a problem in engineering first, which is why we have to go to engineering, because there's a warp plasma vent problem. So it's not just that we're having this horrible like de-evolution thing. Oh no, something's happening in engineering.
Of course.
But here's one of my big problems with this episode is, do we ever see Geordi?
We don't see Geordi.
That is
so we
such
don't know.
A bummer.
Yeah, we don't know what he turned into.
I wonder why they chose to, like, there's a moment when Picard is being chased through the Jeffries tube and he looks up and then there's like this, and there's like the venom comes down. I guess that's Worf, right?
Yeah, that's Worf.
Okay.
That's Worf chasing him for sure.
Because I was like, well, was that, because I kept looking for Geordi.
Geordi turned into like a snake.
I didn't know. Well, he was left in the Jeffries tube. Last time we see him, he's with Barclay in the Jeffries tube, and he says, I'm just going to rest here for a while. But we never see him. So I thought maybe he was just another like venom spitting thing in the Jeffries tube.
Wouldn't it be wild if we never saw Geordi again? He was just one of the crew members that died and was never mentioned.
Yeah, but then we have to go back to that part about never honoring the dead.
Yeah, that's true.
If he died, then he wouldn't be in any future episodes. Mm-hmm. So we know he can't. He doesn't die.
Yeah, he is kind of a noticeable absence because we know he's being affected by it as well. But yeah, it doesn't appear for the rest of the episode.
What do you think that they would have made him?
What didn't we cover?
Oh, like a turtle.
A little adorable turtle just walking around?
Yeah.
I think bird.
With like a little visor on.
He wouldn't need the visor.
I know, but it would have got like stuck on him. And like adorable. Part of his little...
Tortoise with a visor? We need that. We absolutely need that. There's a Build-A-Bear with a visor.
What if it was like a turtle that was using the visor as like a little hoverboard? Just zipping around.
I don't think you understand how
he
visors
had engineered the visor right before he like lost it. He's like, I got to be able to get around faster if I'm going to survive.
And instead of replicating a hoverboard, he decides to reverse engineer the visor into one.
Yeah.
I love your brain sometimes.
Just sometimes though.
Amazing. So this is where we get some super horror moments as well. Picard is tapping into his very scared genes.
Yep.
And this is another stupid moment for me.
Barclay?
He sees the webbing and decides to walk through it. You know that the crew are turning into creatures. If you see webbing, I'm getting the fuck out of there. I'm not walking through the webbing, waiting for a 6-foot spider to jump out at me.
This part, I don't know, it works for me a little bit because I was feeling this sort of push and pull of Picard wanting to go against his instincts while he was still human. Because he's realizing that he's afraid. And this is when Picard's character begins to become uncomfortable for me, because seeing him unnerved makes me unnerved, because it's his steadfastness in the show that makes me feel steadfast.
He's the problem solver. He's the rock.
But even with what happens with Worf here in a minute with the spraying of the pheromones, and he faces his fears and runs out to save the crew and save the day, like he's in this interesting, like he knows better, but he's still trying to do what he's got to do. Yeah. And that for me, it works.
That I love. He commits to doing it before he can talk himself out of it. So they know that they need to get Worf away so that Data has enough time to come up with a cure. But Worf is trying to get to Deanna. So they need to protect Deanna and give Data time to make the cure. And it's how quick that Picard snatches the hypo spray and he's like, no time to argue, gotta go. He's not just convincing Data, he's convincing himself as well. It's like, logically, I have to get past this fear, even though I'm the prey, and I've got to right. He just like Patrick Stewart's acting in this, unsurprisingly, is great. It's really subtle. It's so good. I feel his anxiety so well, and it's the scariest bit of the episode for me when he's going through the corridor, spraying everything, and then running into the turbo lift and into the Jeffries tubes.
So scary. The Barclay thing, how did that work for you? The jump scare was crazy.
The jump scare
got me again.
It's hideous. Like, it's the best prosthetic work of the episode, and the amount of work that went into that for a few seconds and then he just jumps away like Deanna in the bathtub. So scary, but yeah, it looks beautiful. It's so cool, beautifully horrific. Dog.
Do you have anything to add? Okay. What happens next? There's something at the door that interrupts them because, oh no, it's Worf.
Yeah, no, but that was it. Worf interrupts them,
Yeah.
starts trying to bash down the door, and they figure out what they have to do. And that's basically that's the episode. They come up with the cure. It's very conveniently pumped into the ventilation system, and that's it. The crew is saved and back to normal, and nobody worries about all of the crew members that Worf ate.
We do need to specify that they get him away because Troy's pheromones,
Yes.
specifically because he sees her as his mate and wants to have him, and he Data takes fluid from her sebaceous gland where her pheromones are produced. And once again, the medical shit happening in this episode is a little much for me.
You can do it.
Like, you just did what from where? What? Where is the sebaceous gland? You're just piercing for some fluid.
Is that a real thing?
A sebaceous gland? Yes. Yeah. Sebaceous glands are real, but like, I guess maybe it would be more like located because she's in frog form.
I don't know. I don't know how frogs work.
I mean, so the sebaceous gland is like, I think it like produces oil.
Okay.
Like sebum.
Which makes sense.
I think it's called sebum. And it's supposed to just like kind of help coat your skin, keep you moist, that kind of thing. So I'm wondering if, because she was a frog, she had like a larger gland. But these glands in us are, if I remember, very small. So when he's like, I'm just going to get some of this, it's not like it's
These
a pouch. Do you know what I mean?
These hypo sprays are magical.
Like, we've seen Worf's venom pouch, quite large.
Yes.
I'm like, it's, so you might think a sebaceous gland is just this big like bulb of whatever.
Right.
But maybe it's different on frog. I don't know.
Maybe it's different for frogs.
But I remember them being more about like skin and hair and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's my very brief memory of what a sebaceous gland is.
Love it.
The word sebaceous.
Well, it all works. Ambassador, overall, are you giving this 4 pips?
Fuck yeah.
Your pips?
Yeah. I love this episode. This episode's really, really fun for a lot of reasons. I think whenever a sci-fi show can just like take off the gloves and go fully in a direction and have a good time, I really, really enjoyed it. There's like not really a part of it that I don't like that we didn't get to see Geordi.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like that was kind of a bummer. Maybe he had something else to do that day and he could just like make a brief appearance and then he had like something else. I just imagine that if he was on set that day, he would have had a chance to transform.
So, but maybe there was like the amount of prosthetics, like maybe there was a limit. Like,
I don't know.
We can do it to this many characters. This is the time that we've got. Like, how quickly they were turning these episodes around.
Yeah, but to pick Barkley over LeVar Burton, like that's so crazy to me.
Good point.
I don't know.
Well, his hypochondria sits into this so well too.
So yes, this is a 4-star. We saw Picard electrocute Worf in this episode. How do we not give it 4 stars?
That's so
that
true.
Was so crazy. Like the fact that Worf survives it all is,
oh my gosh,
and him just lumbering there, just breathing while he's huddled in the corner. And that's just haunting shit.
And Data's just like, "Are you okay, Cap?" She's like, "Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine." I hope he'll be okay when he wakes up.
Tendencies.
But I love how quickly he MacGyvers that, and there's foreshadowing for that as well because Barkley, that's the panel that they rerouted earlier because of the acid, and he like kind of swings it around a little bit and it sparks. So it's the same one that Picard pulls out and electrifies the ground, and he sits on the little plate. I don't know how that insulates him because I'm pretty sure the plates are just as metal as the frame.
I know.
And I think his boots would be fine.
Yeah,
they may catch fire,
but you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, that happens. And then we do have to say too that this ends with everybody kind of like Barkley gets to have the Barkley's protomorphosis syndrome named after him. And then so he's happy. And then Deanna has to clear her schedule because of everybody needing to have counseling. But my question is like, what about you? Like, who's going to counsel you? Right. You were bit by your man, turned into a frog lady.
Yeah.
had somebody take out some sebaceous gland. No, wait, that was somebody else.
No, it's not surprising that we don't see Worf for the rest of the episode. I think he has too much to deal with. It's what's funny for me in this last scene is the casualness that Beverly has when she's talking to Barclay, and Barclay's like, so I guess this is all my fault. And Beverly's like, no, technically it's my fault, I guess. I just like activated all of the genes by mistake. Whoopsie doodle. Oops, all the genes.
Yeah.
Because like she should have a little bit of remorse. Like, this is pretty big. Like, you killed people, Beverly. People are dead because of your mistake.
This episode needs to be in several categories. It needs to be body horror. It needs to be Star Trek horror.
Yeah.
It needs to be medical horror. It needs to be doctor fucking up the entire ship category.
Mm-hmm.
What other categories could this one be in if you were going to try to like introduce it?
This is shuttle returns from adventure and ship is fucked cliche.
Yeah.
That happens in a lot of episodes. Data saves everything day.
Data saves the day.
Medical technobabble episodes.
Yeah, this has some really good medical technobabble for
ship
sure.
Is broken.
Another question: would you introduce this to some? Like, would you make this one of like the first 5 episodes you ever show somebody?
First 5, interesting. If I know they're a fan of horror and like prosthetics, I would tailor it to their tastes. So I think I might do. It's so hard. I'd have to know why that person is getting into Star Trek, because more and more I'm just like, start from the beginning and sit with it. If you're committed to getting into Star Trek, then go from the beginning of TNG. But if I'm like handpicking episodes, I don't know if this one makes it, because so much of it is about knowing the crew. Like, I feel like those introductory 5 episodes, I've got to give you a lot of character studies and a lot of the crew working together, coupled with it being fun as well. I
would do like a variety, sort of like a tasting menu. Yeah. And this could certainly be on the tasting menu for me, because you're going to have like your standard, we're going to go discover a new world today. Then you've got your something is happening on the ship episode. And this is definitely a something is happening on the ship episode. Mm-hmm. And it's also kind of fun, and it's definitely a what the fun. It's like both of them.
Oh, this is the perfect.
The cat turning into a lizard, the Beta Z, like the Deanna turning into a frog, a woman turning into an ape, a Klingon turning into a crustacean. Like, these are wild.
Yeah, wild
swings. So I think I think it's definitely one for the books.
Well, my pips are going to be, this is really hard. Is it 3 or 4?
I'm having a good time with it, but like I just had a really good time with this one.
I watched it so many times, so there's a reason for that. Keep coming back to it. It's okay. It's 3. I'm landing on 3 pips.
That's funny shit. That's good shit. That's nice, Lab.
That's amazing. I'm definitely doing 3. God damn it.
Wow, are you going to be swayed by chat? Dude. It is really good. It's 3 is really good.
Really good. It's 3 because bottom line, what else? 3 because it's a bit silly, and because it's not doing but it kind of is, because it's entertaining. It's a bit too out there science fiction versus the like philosophical, really important Star Trek stuff. But I don't want to be a dick. I love this episode a lot. It's 4. I've been swayed.
Will you take them the spider picture?
I'm about to. It's much better.
Oh, that's Worf, huh?
That's Worf.
That's one thing that this episode didn't really do, is it just gave us a quick brief moment of like what Worf's face looked like. It was so eerie.
So brief. It's 3. It's 3 because it's a bit of a poppy episode as well, because it doesn't it doesn't have like a deep core to it that's really doing much, but it's so good in so many other reasons. Three. I'm doing three. It's three. It's three. 3 pips. And 3 is great. 3 is a great score. Okay, with that, let's head over to the Jeffries tubes to do some emails, because I think it's the safest place to hide. Do to beam out. This is the part of the show where I get the wrong intro again. Okay, hailing frequencies open, everyone. It's time for us to read your messages from Discord, Twitch, and, well, email. You are going to go first because
I want to read emails.
I had a couple of emails sent to me, and I sent them straight to you.
So it's my turn. So it's my turn.
2 emails. Read them to me, Ambassador.
The first one is from Heather. It reads, to the concern that young Picard, spelled P-E-E-C-A-R-D.
I am Captain Picard.
The young Picard doesn't have a French accent. Do you want him to have the brain of a child or an adult? Because most of the discussion was about him having an adult brain in a child's body. The accent is a mental thing, not a physical one, so it makes sense. The young Picard has the same accent as the adult version.
That's such a good point that makes me feel stupid. Like, it's such, like, it sounds obvious when you put it like that, because accents are environmental. It's what you're around.
Yeah.
So
it would be in the brain, just like all the knowledge.
It would be the same, like, it would be, his voice would just be his English voice, because it's younger, and accents are a mental thing, not necessarily a physical. Like, there are some physical sounds that we, like, us Westerners can't make, that are in like Mandarin. That's more difficult because that's like practiced. But overall, yeah, it's a mental thing. So he has the same brain. So he would say water, and he would say grass. Like, he would say the same accents in English. And
he would say Walter and Walter.
He would say water and water. And it's just, that's a great point. So thank you, Heather, for making me feel stupid for not thinking of that. But I that's a great point. Great point.
Heather had another point in the email. Secondly, someone showing up to work one day as one person and then as someone else, as another person, but still wanting the same respect and rapport they already have. Rapport that they have already established is something that has happened before. And then makes the point, just look to trans people having to transition on the job.
Yeah, again, it's a really, really good point. Like, and I don't think what Picard went through was unrealistic. I just don't know that he would have had to step down, like, because of it. Like, once they established he has the same brain, they, especially in the 24th century, you'd hope this crew of Starfleet people would have moved past it. But
I think
we wouldn't. Us today, we aren't accepting of that for sure.
My recollection would be that they were also still thinking that there could be other symptoms.
There was no proof of that,
but they hadn't run the tests yet.
Yes.
So she was wanting him to step down, not just because he was a child and not being viewed the same, but because they were running more tests.
Yeah, and there was more tests to come.
But to the point about transitioning on the job, I have not experienced something like that before, but I imagine that if you have and you watch an episode like this, you would really be able to relate to just suddenly being seen so differently and having to like call into question your ability to do something that you've already been doing really well for so long.
Yeah, that's hideous.
And how hard it is to have to prove yourself. Now, as a woman, I've had to prove myself differently at every job that I've ever had compared to my male counterparts. And that's not me being extreme. That's just kind of like how it always has been. So I always kind of feel like that's like my entry point for trying to relate to that kind of a conversation. But that's a really good point.
Yeah, great point. I had a message, or actually the Discord. I'll start that again. When we announced that we were doing Genesis, Paulie jumped into the Discord and left a message. Wanted to share this in the live show and thought he could because we were going to be late, but then couldn't because we weren't quite late enough. So he said, please, somebody just mention carcinization out of desperation. So that's me mentioning carcinization. But I will elaborate a little bit more. I was going to leave it like there and be a dick. I love the idea of carcinization. Do you know what this is, Danae?
No.
This is the fact that crabs and that kind of shape where you have the flat shell and the legs, the carapace, that situation has evolved at least 4 or 5 times independently. So there are creatures that have ended up in that format that are completely distinct. So it's like there is this selective pressure where they have individually arrived, evolution has arrived at the same result with completely separate genetics, just purely environmental. And it's that this structure is favored by selective pressures. So this is just an optimized form of living. So if we follow evolution, and this probably links more back into Threshold, we wouldn't turn into salamanders. There's a good chance we turn into crabs.
Interesting.
Love that idea so much.
Okay, so I asked a Google AI mode to explain carcinization.
Careful, pinch of salt.
Like I'm 5 years old.
Yeah.
And it said it's a process where different types of crustacean animals like lobsters, shrimp, evolve to look and act like crabs.
Yes.
It's a real and repeated pattern in nature, and scientists have identified it happening at least 5 different times in history. Insane.
It's wild. Like, once is cool, twice is a fluke, 3 what the fuck, 4 5 did God do it?
Wow.
It's so fun. It's so
over
fun.
millions of years, different species of crustaceans, including some that were long and skinny like shrimp or lobsters, evolved independently to have wide, flat bodies and tucked under tails. This compact, armored design helped them survive better in their environment. Whoa. So while not everything will actually turn into a crab, the pattern shows that the crab body plan is very successful and efficient design for many crustaceans.
It's so fun.
That is really cool.
I love that.
I love that.
And it's such, like, for me, it's such a proof of concept for evolution. Like,
yeah,
evolution is such a hard thing to put in a lab and do repeatable experiments. Like, because that's where science comes from, is repeating the experiment again and again and again and again. And if it's consistent, there's your science until something else changes. You can't do that with evolution because you're looking at millions and millions and millions of years, but it's repeated its own experiment for us to prove that it works. It did it
just for our show. How
just for
nice.
Our show, isn't that nice? Ambassador.
The next one here is an email from someone that you didn't tell me who.
Oh shit! 1 second, I can find that.
This one starts with the Voyager episode Threshold.
Okay, John Carney. Let's just say John.
This one comes from John. I'm writing about the Voyager episode Threshold that you watched recently. Ian, you mentioned that the writers just dropped the warp 10 barrier on the audience out of nowhere. And it really bugs you because it's never mentioned in an episode before or again. And I think the rest of this email is to talk about how you might be wrong about that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Bring it on. Because I could be wrong. I could have a bad episode memory.
Well, it starts off with, yes, the warp 10 speed limit was never mentioned in an episode or movie until this one. However...
I'm right.
I made a guess. I haven't read it yet. I made a guess.
End of email, period, stop. I'm Captain Ian, and thank you for listening. I'm right. Yeah, the warp 10. I'm right.
Yeah.
First time it's mentioned.
Okay, but the email it goes on. So let me hit this. However, it was established 5 years earlier than Threshold in the 1991 Star Trek: The Next Generation. Oh, it's a technical manual.
Okay, come on.
Hey, let me read this email. For those that are interested, you can look on page 54 to 56. The authors discuss warp theory and set warp 10 as the theoretical speed limit due to the infinite amount of power it would need to drive a starship to that velocity. In a side note, they explain that it was Gene Roddenberry who set warp 10 as the absolute speed limit. They had to come up with a way to shoehorn warp 1 to 9.999, etc. into the constraint without making Enterprise quote-unquote too fast, which would thereby make the Milky Way galaxy quote-unquote too small. Then John, God bless, links to an article, just in case you want to read it, for the TNG Tech Manual, page number 63.
There we go.
On archive.org, if you want to go find it there. They continue. I consider this canon since the tech manual was written by Rick Sternbach and Mike Okuda, and because Wikipedia says so, Ian. They conclude they would have written last week, but figured an army of nerds like themselves would have already written to you or hit you up on Discord. I hope you have some fun to check out the tech manual. If you haven't already, they conclude by saying, I know you love starships, and the manual is a true gem. It even drills down into waste management. That's so fucking fun. Tech manuals?
I have the tech manual.
Oh, so you know this already.
So I haven't read it all yet, much to my chagrin. There is I'm going by our job rules, which is if it's not on screen, it's not canon. Technically, yes, that is canon, but I think you could be forgiven for saying the first time that it's mentioned in the show brings it new life. But yes, the technical manual is, as far as I'm aware, correct. And I like Mike Okuda, I trust him. So you know the TNG, and you picture the keyboards that they type on.
Life forms.
He designed them
with
his wife. They
fun.
the rectangles and the colors and the ovals are called Okudagrams.
Oh,
after him.
That's so fun.
If there is, he basically designed the internal look of the 24th century as we know it. Like, he is the man. So I will accept that we are both right, because I did say this is the first time it was mentioned, and I don't know if you can say a book mentioning it counts.
Listen, I'm always impressed by the level of nerddom that I am exposed to on this show. It's
amazing, and I will stand corrected, but be happy that I am technically correct.
In the live chat, Ryman points out that the warp changes scales like 3 times, ? TOS went faster than 10. In The Changeling, Season 2, Episode 8, a probe goes to 11. In Season 3, Episode 14, TOS, the Enterprise goes to warp 14.1. But in 24th Century, it's rescaled.
Yeah, I think the accepted headcanon by fans is that the TOS scale is different from the TNG scale, to account for why there wasn't a big gap. Kirk's Enterprise could basically, I think, go to warp 7, or no, maybe it could go to warp 9. Anyway, there wasn't a big enough difference between the Enterprise, Kirk's Enterprise, and Picard's Enterprise. So in one of the movies, they've reset the scale, and there's this transwarp scale, which is the scale that the Enterprise D uses, which is a lot faster. So warp 1 might be Kirk's warp 5 or something like that. I don't know what the actual translation is, but yes.
You know what I love?
Yes.
These things matter.
Oh, they do. They do.
And they also don't matter.
No, they matter because it's the universe. It lives and breathes.
I think, and we've talked about this before, it's been a while, but the infrastructure of pretend reality
is important.
I think is what's allowed Star Trek to sustain itself for a long time. It's like Tolkien's written language for like Elven, the Elvish language, or the world. There's such an amount of like detail that certain creators put into the start of something, and it gives a major foundation for other people to play in that garden.
Exactly.
And so like Roddenberry, for example, created something with enough detail and like foundation that people in the future like us get to enjoy it and also create from it, and there's like a little infrastructure for play.
And that's why it's so important to me, because that infrastructure, if we honor it and play in it, anybody can write inside of it and be consistent. So that's why being able to like carry stories from the 60s into the 2020s, that consistency is so important for me, because it honors all of it, and it means anybody can jump in and write, as long as we're playing by the same rules, expanding them where needed, but not outright throwing them in the bin and starting again, because then you've got a different universe.
Right, but I think what's interesting is when the fans clash a little bit on like what you're not supposed to fuck with.
Of course, yeah, that's
And-
the whole. That's the hugest argument that we have.
And some fans get to have the privilege of actually evolving into the writers that create the content.
Yes.
And then they get to take big swings sometimes about what is and isn't allowed. So what a fun world to play in. I'm excited. Is there any other emails from anybody this week?
No, that's it for this week. That's just on to reveal what next week's episode will be. So an update based on all of the selections. So we have 11 selections. The rankings based on last week have changed thanks to your votes. Our current top 4 is Spock's Brain, Shore Leave, Move Along Home, and A Piece of the Action. That's 3 TOSs and a Deep Space Nine, which means next week's episode will be TOS Season 3, Episode 1, Spock's Brain.
Oh, I'm so nervous about anything related to Spock. I get really passionate about Spock.
This is going to be a rough one. The full list, as it stands at the minute, is number 1, Spock's Brain. Number 2, Shore Leave. Number 3, Move Along Home. Number 4, A Piece of the Action. Number 5, Voyager's Tinker Tailor Dr. Spy. Number 6 is TNG, The Royale. Number 7 is A Fistful of Datas. Number 8 is Phantasms. Number 9 is Starship Mine. Number 10 is Disaster. And 11 is Deja Q. So TNG being heavily represented, but TOS dominating the top 4. Send all of your... Anybody, if you've already sent it, send it again, because if you voted for Spock's Brain, that's now not needed anymore. So you can do a new set of rankings based on what you want the next 3 episodes to be. Send those to Ian at iananddanae.com. Go to patreon.com/iananddanae and comment in the post, and check as I update it based on the emails that we get.
Also, keep in mind that next week is Halloween and our live show is going to be changing. So if you like to come to the live show, you're going to be wanting to tune in on Saturday.
Yes, Saturday. I think it's going to be 11 o'clock, 11 a.m.
I think do we usually start watching at 11 and then we're live by noon?
Yeah, live by noon. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be live at noon, live at 12 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, and join the Discord. The link for that is in the description. You can also DM me on Discord with your favorites as well. Oh my god.
Yeah, because your input actually changed the entire ranking system.
It literally did. I can tell you that A Piece of the Action jumped up from 7th place into 4th based on your emails and messages, and kicked out Tinker Tailor Dr. Spy. It's very close between 4, 5, 6, and 7. So it can all change. But until next week, thank you for listening. I'm Captain Ian, and Doctor, my capillaries are shrinking.
Your what?
My capillaries are shrinking.
Oh, capillaries.
Oh, my Doctor, my capillaries are shrinking.
Capillaries. Sorry.
Capillaries.
And it's do not approach me what is it? Unannounced? Yeah. Do not approach me unannounced when I am eating from me.
Live long and prosper.
You're
capillaries.
Capillaries. Of course.
This is a great summary. I hate Spock's Brain, but it's an episode every fan should subject themselves to. It's the most notorious episode of TOS, I think. Spock's Brain is just synonymous with what the fuck. It really is. It really, really is. Oh, boy. Great show, Danae.
Oh, I'm sorry, Slab. Yeah, we obviously had to change the date. So big crazy shit going down on Friday. First of all, Friday is the repeat of a movie. You want to talk about that real quick?
I'm gonna see Back to the Future in IMAX. Laser IMAX on Friday for the 40th anniversary. I am so excited. This is my number 1 movie of all time. I love it. I am so excited. The last time I saw it in the theater was 10 years ago for the 30th anniversary. That was back in England. It was the first time I'll have ever seen it in IMAX. I am beyond excited, like beyond excited.
So it's going to be a big day for us because Iris wanted to, she wanted to hang out with friends on Halloween. We have a very active neighborhood. And so we decided to have a Halloween party so that she could invite some friends from school to come out. And so if they don't have anything to do on Halloween, they can come over to the house and enjoy the evening. So we've been trying to 3D print and decorate the house for the last 4 weeks with different Halloween items. And I would love to share pictures. So if we do that, we'll probably be on Patreon.
1.21 gigawatts.
So Ian is leaving during the day to go watch his favorite movie of all time, and then racing back home
with about an hour to spare.
to get here before a Halloween party starts for like a whole bunch of kids.
But there are not many once in a lifetime opportunities that cost this amount. Like, I have a subscription to the cinema, so this isn't costing me anything extra. This is like, I don't know if for the 50th anniversary they'll do it in laser IMAX. I don't know if we'll still have cinemas as we know it. Like, this is
a big deal.
This is like the one opportunity to ever do this, and of course it's on Halloween. But they were clever to do it in the middle of the day. There's only one showing, one screening
for the laser IMAX.
For laser IMAX, and it's at 2 p.m., which gets you enough time to then get home for trick or treating.
So yeah, Friday is going to be wild. So obviously we have to move the show. So we decided to move it to Saturday, because hopefully that'll work for you guys too. I really would have liked to seen the 40th anniversary of Wrath of Khan a few years ago, but needed to shield a few people.
Yeah, totally fair.
Yeah, it's fun whenever there was a showing of The Dark Crystal recently.
We couldn't get that.
And I couldn't get to the theater in time. I had plans, and I right whenever I'd be leaving one thing, the theater would start in the movie, but I would have gone to the theater to see The Dark Crystal. It's one of my favorites. The theater is probably 30 minutes.
It's about 35 minutes away. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll make it. We'll have all of the prep done by then.
Once again, I did do my live note shows as a thread in the Founding Tieflingers Discord channel.
Live show notes.
I will continue to do that because I think it's something you guys are enjoying. And it was really fun for me because sometimes one of you guys will be like watching the live show notes come in. And like this one was really, really funny because I said, Data wants what's his name to watch Spot. And the emoji, so this is immediately evolved into people aren't talking in that thread because it's like my stream of consciousness download, but they are reacting with emojis, which is perfect.
Like,
it's so
really,
great.
Really
I
well
love
done,
it so much. And their emoji reaction, do you know what it is? My note is Data wants what's his name to watch Spock, and it was broccoli. And I was like, what the fuck are they? Why? No, the first one was Turonium Death Syndrome. Oh, it's that one guy, and they did a broccoli, and I was like, what is that about? And then they started doing the broccoli on that. So I started to see the broccolis come in, and
that's
then
amazing.
And then Barkley, that's his name, and then they do more broccoli. I was like, oh, geez,
God damn it, that's so funny.
So.
DM on Discord would be easier, Link. That's just more accessible than getting lost in one of them 100 emails that I get. Don't recommend selling a house. Sucks.
Oh, he's got a lot going on right now.
But yeah, DM on Discord would be appreciated.
And then there was frog reactions to the Frog Troy. They're doing frog emotes. And then I was like, was she ever human? And they're like pointing to it like, so I have really enjoyed that. Oh, on the he's flipping him off, there was an emoji of a bird flipping the bird.
He's just giving a full finger.
And then Spot has kittens. Oh, look. And then like 100. So I'm really enjoying the reactions.
That's
you guys
fun.
Can catch them.
Good job, there. Everyone. Super fun.
Anything else that we want to cover before we head off for a little break?
I think that's it. Are we coming back to do Minecraft? TBD?
Definitely.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah, I would love to come and play Minecraft. But here's what we're going to request is if you're wanting to jump in early, we have a limited access. So we won't be able to play if every single person jumps on right now. But if you want to jump in, you're totally welcome to. We'll be there. There might be a rescue mission into the nether for Danae. I might be lost in the nether somewhere right now.
Lost
so
in
we'll,
the woods.
we'll figure it out. But what we'll do is we'll come back. Are we going to go live here on Twitch for it? Or are we going to go on Discord only?
Oh, good question.
You have a chance to catch us on the Discord. Like when we just casually play, we'll just put our info up on Discord and just share our screens. So
Shadow Lloydie.
Thanks, Lloydie. And then we have just been casually playing. I want to say Eights has been on a lot. I think he's been like putting together a whole bunch of things over at his farm. And so I think I've already sent you an invite link. So when you open it up,
invite.
Do you know how to play? And if not, if you want to set up like a little like tester session where I can teach you how to like use a pickaxe, I'd be happy to help. So yes, we have that going on regularly. The server is set up where you can jump in and join anytime. You do have to complete a form that outlines our rules. So if any of you guys are watching this VOD later and you're like, oh, I'd like to jump in, you do have to be a founding tieflinger, and you can find out information on that on our Patreon. It's just $3 a month. It means that you get to have the Captain's Pod podcast totally ad free a little bit early before anyone else does as well. You also will have updates from Ian and I. We have 3 audio things that we still need to get edited and out to you guys, including a full season recap of season, was it 3?
3, yeah.
Of Strange New Worlds.
Yep.
That's recorded. We just have to get it edited. So it's a great place to find extras. And so they're all just $3. We don't have multiple tiers right now. It's just pile in for 3. And if you're a tieflinger, then you'll get access to the Minecraft until it's so full that it is an annoying thing. And then we'll figure out the next step.
Yeah, then I got to build a server.
It is Bedrock. Yeah.
Yes,
it is Bedrock. I think if we do have to build a custom server that can take more people, someone said that it can be both Bedrock and Java, but we haven't really figured that part out yet. We haven't really had to. So yeah, I love it, Slab. And I love watching you just pop in and watch. That's whether it's just on the Discord or over on Twitch. But what we'll do is we're going to take a break, get some fresh water, and of course a tea. He's English. How do we not have tea?
I'm definitely having a cup of tea.
And then we will announce on our Patreon chat first if we're going to go live back on Twitch or just go to Discord. And then we will obviously update on Discord as well. For the Discord stuff, we'll usually just post it in any of the text channels that you guys would usually follow. Also, if you're on Discord, I'm rearranging some stuff. So the top channel is the general channel, and then the next one is our daily games channel. And I'm probably going to move Captain's Pod right up underneath that because it's one you guys, go into a lot. So I'm going to start moving them kind of up to the top. Actually, I probably should have moved Sorry. I'll fix that. Don't worry. Don't look at it, Ian.
Okay, I won't look at it because I have that in Star Trek. They're in categories.
Shush! Don't look at it, Ian.
You'd have to move the Star Trek category up.
Yeah, no worries. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm moving it back down. Everything's great. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Don't look. No, don't look at it. So we won't see you guys potentially back here live, at least for Captain's Pod, until after Halloween. Please be safe and have a great time. Oh, to answer your question, yes, we are dressing up. We are going to be dressing up as Pokemon characters this year.
I'm not. Well, I am. Just not a Pokemon.
Well, a Pokemon show character.
Yeah, that's fair.
Where did you post the picture? Was it on our Patreon? Or was it on our...
I don't think I have posted it.
Okay.
I may have posted a picture of the outfit, not me wearing it.
Oh, okay. So we like to share our personal updates over on Patreon behind our paywall for reasons. So if you want to see updates, maybe we can do like a Halloween update when we get everything. I've still got to figure out how I'm going to fit into my costume.
Yeah.
I mean, you know him well, Link. We will see you guys next week. Be safe. Happy Halloween. Thank you for joining our live show. And we'll catch you in all the places for all the updates and the whatnot.
Fun episode,
and the who and the
everybody.
blah, blah.
Cheerio.
Mwah.